All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready, back 25. Go. Go. Whip.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but... aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 22.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering what.
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Lady, blue lady, white 25.
Watch 54. It's our
Hey, white.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Get up.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Pulled in at the 24. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Von Bell. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it second down and 12. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On second and 12, Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. A good run on first down. It's got him very close to the line to gain, just shy of the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They toss to Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 41, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes right side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are light.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Adrian Claiborne in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now on 2nd and 13, Bridgewater. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Space. You got to get moving, man.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
59,
They'll come out in the pistol. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Now it's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Hardy. In the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Get ready.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Brings up second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
He's coming.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. On
third down, Bridgewater. And that's caught inside the 35. 30 yards there, and, of course, the first down as well. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Grady Jarrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. To throw is Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Bridgewater. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease. And
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Push him back.
Bridgewater. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Again has it complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They go play action with Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards that time. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. Now Ryan on first down. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, but it'll be second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
On second down, it's Freeman. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now Ryan. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's just me and you.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Flushed out right. And brought in by the tight end Cook. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Motion.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
45. Mike, 45. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check 45 to Mike. Hey.
And they, in fact, will throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Yo, 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 yo. 51, south. Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete, so no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Saints, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.